I can't wait until snowboarding season starts, which is why I'm here at the sand pit. I'm not waiting. Get ready for a segue. Now, as a snowboarder, I really like mountains. Thanks to mountaintop removal mining, we're losing our mountains. And we're losing our valleys. And without valleys, we're also losing our rivers. It's a real bummer all around. I also really like winter. And because we keep burning fossil fuels like coal, and our atmosphere keeps getting more and more polluted, our winters are getting more and more lame. Which means eventually, this is the only snowboarding anybody's going to be able to do. Get ready for another segue. So whether you love mountains, care about the environment, or you just hate government corruption, there's a race down in West Virginia that you should really be paying attention to. You're watching the Punk Patriot. Okay, so this race that I was talking about in West Virginia is crazy, and for all the wrong reasons. So the current governor of West Virginia, Joe Manchin, is a huge pro-mountaintop removal jerkwad. He's totally in bed with the coal industry, and he's just got this megalomaniacal drive to seek even more power. Now, when Robert Byrd died, Manchin had the power to appoint whoever he wanted to fill the Senate seat. So he, obviously really wanted to appoint himself, but he's good with PR. He knew that would look really bad, so he didn't do it. So he appointed somebody else. But only for like a couple months, because then he's like, oh, well, I want to run for office so I can legitimately seek this seat, like that I'm not just using my governor power to, force myself into the Senate seat, but instead I'm letting the people decide. The thing is, though, is that he had to change the law in order to have a special election. Now, this election is costing West Virginia a lot of money. Elections cost a lot of money for governments to put on. You gotta have the voting machines, you gotta print ballots, you gotta, pay for manpower. It's a lot of money, and it's, whatever. So anyway, he wanted to do it, but he couldn't, so he had to muck around in the state Congress until he could get the laws changed, that he could have a special election so that he could run for office. Now, you're probably thinking, wow, this guy's a wicked asshole. He must be a Republican, and you'd be wrong, he's a Democrat. A Democratic Party elder in West Virginia, Ken Hetchler, ran against Manchin in the Democratic primary for Robert Byrd's seat. Ken Hetchler is one hell of a dude. He served in World War II, he advised Harry Truman, he marched with Martin Luther King Jr., and he served 9 terms as West Virginia Secretary of State. But since he didn't have the coal industry backing him, and because Ken Hetchler is an anti-mountaintop removal candidate, he lost. And since Manchin does have the coal industry backing him, he was able to, through lots and lots of money from the coal industry, flood the media market. And he won handily, because money buys airtime. So now, in West Virginia, running for Robert Byrd's old seat, we got a Republican who is in the back pocket of the coal industry. We got a Democrat who is very deep in the pocket of the coal industry. And we have another candidate, Jesse Johnson of the Green-affiliated Mountain Party. Now, Jesse Johnson is the one candidate who's against mountaintop removal mining. Now, if you're not familiar with Jesse Johnson, he made a cameo appearance in the film Coal Country. He's been a tireless activist on the issue of mountaintop removal. He's run for governor of West Virginia with the Mountain Party. He's a founder of the Mountain Party in West Virginia. Now, Ken Hetchler endorsed the Green Party candidate in this race. That would be like Hillary Clinton endorsing Ralph Nader. It's kind of a big fucking deal. But that's not enough to win. This is still David versus Goliath. Get it? Do you see what I did there? This is David and Goliath, like Goliath, but Cole. Nailed it. I am hilarious. So what can you do to help out? Well, Jesse Johnson doesn't have a fancy website. The campaign that he's running is mostly on the ground, talking to people face to face, going door to door. What you can do is go to his website, which is jesse4ussenate.org. You can go there and you can donate to his campaign and help him cover his transportation costs, handbills, yada yada yada. If donating online isn't your thing, you can also write a personal check payable to Jesse Johnson for U.S. Senate and send it to the following address: Jesse for U.S. Senate, P.O. Box 446, Pinch, West Virginia 25156-0446. What else can you do? Well, if you've got free time and money to burn, head to West Virginia. Volunteer on his campaign. Send an email to info@jessejohnson.org or try calling 304-581-3005. Get in contact with somebody, go down and volunteer on the campaign. This message was not endorsed by Jesse Johnson or Jesse Johnson for U.S. Senate. I am the Punk Patriot, and I am on YouTube and Blip TV and Facebook and sort of on MySpace, but not really anymore. And I have a blog. And I sell t-shirts. But nothing to do with Jesse Johnson. Anyway, pay attention to this race, donate to that candidate if you care about mountaintop removal, because it's, you know, kind of a big deal.